my channel. So, today we are playing Love Triangle. So this is a Gravity Falls game, and it's from Game Jolt. I just kind of like ran across it and thought, hey, this kind of looks fun. So, in this particular game, we are dating Bill Cipher. Now, I have not played this game. I don't know really what to expect from it, how many endings there are. We're just gonna go with the flow. And when I downloaded it, there looked to be 2 other games that linked to this one. So I don't know if those are like After Effects. I know one looked like it was a Halloween one, and the other it said Barista. So I guess that takes place in like Gravity Falls Cafe or something like that. So we might dip our toes into that a little bit. But I thought it'd be nice to just play a game and just see where this goes. Let me quit talking and let's go. This game is rated T for teens and contains mild language and adult themes such as use of alcohol. Player discretion is advised. Oh, that's beautiful. It was a warm July evening. The sun was just barely up, giving the pine trees around you a pinkish glow to them. After a long trip, you guzzle some water and wipe some sweat from your brow. You were in Oregon, the place where the infamous Bill Cipher statue was. And for the first time in your life, you're going to see him in person. As you trot up a path that leads deep into the pine woods, you notice a small gray hand sticking out from the bushes. Curious, you decide to take a closer look. It was him. His statue lay there motionless, his body somewhat cracked and patched with growing moss. His limbs mostly gone, all except for the hand that he shook before. In his eye, probably as big as your head, it was seen was all there. You searched around the area for a bit, seeing if the treasure chest was taken, even if it was there at all. After all, you were the first to find him. After you found the treasure and the fake, seemingly meaningless gold coins, you stared at the statue and wondered what to do next. You received a fake gold coin in your bag. You end up taking pictures with the statue like any modern day person would. Afterwards, you stared at his thin, small hand. Before the statue started, you remember the rules said specifically to not shake the hand. Still, you can't help but wonder what would happen if you do. Probably accidentally make a deal. So, here's what we're doing. Are we shaking the hand? Yes, definitely, absolutely. Well, what modern day person would shake the hand? Let's go with absolutely. You decided, as if you had any other choice, to shake the hand. Within an instant, the statue changed before your eyes from a dull gray to a shiny yellow gold. Too shiny, in fact, that you sort of had to shield your eyes from the sun gleam reflecting from it. His form had changed back to the way he was in the show. Bow tie, top hat, his arms and legs, and most importantly, his big, somewhat cat-like eye was all shown before you. transformation was finally done, he floated close to the ground, wide-eyed, and seemed frightened. It hardly seemed like he knew you were there. I'm alive! Holy heck, I actually survived that punch! What kind of voice is that? That's like an old sailor. He stared at his hands, shaking from excitement until you backed away a bit and stepped on a small branch while doing so. He flinched, now coming into realization that he wasn't alone. Huh? He stared through you, shocked and a bit scared. He waved his hand around to see how you'd react. He noticed your eye followed his hand. Ha! So, you can see me, huh? Really, what is that voice I am doing? Don't know. He mumbled to himself, his hands somewhat shaky. Guess I'm still in my physical form, even after all that mess. The demon blinks a few times, puffs up his chest, straightens his bow tie, and speaks. Well, kid, you sure took your sweet time, but I'm glad you found me. Feels like I've been stuck here for ages. I'm so sorry. I cannot do a Bill Cipher voice. I know his voice is more pitchy in a way, but I can't do it. We're stuck with this voice. He turned around and started to float away, waving at you in one hand. Anyway, later, sucker. When you both turn and look at your wrists, a faint glow, what looks like a transparent chain binds you two. Wait, a chain? How in the world did that get there? Bill, now seeming to once again lose his composure, started to frantically try to free himself from the chain. No! No! I spent years stuck in that stupid rock, and now this. What'd I do? As the dream demon panicked, you stood there and wondered what to do. Well, what do we do? Oh, we want to laugh at him. he is a demon. Let's try to calm him down. Maybe he'll zap. You decided to try and calm him down. He stopped trying to free himself from the chain and looked at you like you were nuts. Calm down. Do you have any idea what this chain means, kid? He held up the chain as if he was playing a bizarre version of show and tell. This means we're soulbound. It means I'm stuck with you for life. He dropped the chain and with a sigh, his tension eased a bit. Thanks anyway for trying, Well, since I'm stuck with ya, I might as well get to know ya. What's your name anyway? Let's see, do we want to put... You know what? Yes, we will put. My name is Psycho Bill. How are you? Thanks to be a big fan. I say you deserve more screen time in your show because you are such a great character. Also, what do you go by? You guy, gal, non-binary pal, what? Oh, I emotionally hurt. So, you're a girl, huh? Understandable. So tell me, Leica, what brought you up here in the first place? How did you know I was even here? You stood there a minute. You stood there quiet for a moment. How do you tell someone you saved them because you knew them from a show? God, that would be kind of like a lesson right there. As it was, this whole scenario is surreal to even believe it was happening. But bizarre as it was happening. As you stared off into space, Bill started rummaging through your things and took out your purchased copy of the journal. It's still in good condition and even has a store-bought cover still on it. Oh, really? Oh, mine in real life. It don't have the cover no more. I don't even know where it went. Oh, what have we? What? Why do you have a copy of Forsy's old journal? And why does it look new? It's clear that he has no idea where he is, or the fact of his existence to you. He's going to learn eventually anyway, but after the event so far, and through mental breakdown, you're not really sure if he can take more surprising news right now. Oh God, we gotta tell him. Well, I don't know. He should know. He should know that the other dimensions exist and everything, shouldn't he? I mean, he is an interdimensional creature and a dream team and a nightmare full of knowledge. Kind of think he already knows, or he should know. It's been a little bit since I watched Gravity Falls. Y'all are gonna have to do this. So, I'm guessing you know what? Let's tell him what's up. You decided to tell him the origins of the book, who wrote it, and why you know of Bill in the first place. He floats there, still staring strangely at you. So you're telling me that, you nod, that I came from a show. You nod once more. That a man with a silly goatee and a love for classmates, and he made this stupid replica of that diary also. You nod for a third time. He seems to look at you like you came from a mental ward. Very funny. So funny in fact that I almost believe it. If that was true, why the heck is my statue here, huh? As he said that, he tossed you the book and tugged the chain as if you were his dog on a leash. Anyway, what's the hold up, kiddo? Are we gonna stand here in the forest until dark? Or are we gonna get a move on? As the twilight fades into a starry night, you notice that the events you're experiencing right now can't be undone. Oh, that's actually very pretty. You didn't really expect to be out here for this long, but given the current events, it's not like there was anything you could do about it. You notice that Bill, the very being you're chained to, looks doubtful on the situation both of you are in. Even if he's a psychotic dream demon, and you've known him throughout the show, you realize that you may need to get to know the real him to gain his trust. You start putting up some options. to have a conversation with him, huh? Okay. Let's see. How is he? Constellations. Hungry. Let's get moving then. Guess we'll say ask him how he is. You try to ask the triangle how he is I don't know, give him some sort of comfort, I guess. He replies with a skeptical sort of look. What's it look like? I'm chained to a lifetime of misery, thanks to you. Doesn't look too good now, does it? Probably not the best time to bother him about the situation. Well, look, it's not like I asked to be chained to you either, you know. You didn't have to go and try to create Weird-mageddon. You could have gone along peacefully with people. You try to keep Bills entertained by asking him what constellations are up tonight. The demon rolls his eye for a moment before he mentions something about seeing the summer triangle. He glances at you for a moment before turning his gaze upward. Oh, you mean that? That's formed by, oh God, I'm going to butcher these. I am not an astrology person. I probably will butcher these names. So if they are variable, forgive me. And if I stumble, oh Lord, help. That's formed by Altair, Deneb, and Vega. They also happen to be the brightest stars in the three constellations of Aquila, Cygnus, and Lyra, respectively. He seems to be interested on the subject despite that you've just looked this up on the net. Good thinking, you. By the way, just because it's a triangle doesn't mean that's going to impress me more. You must have looked that up, didn't you? After a small amount... Not Bill. It's not like everybody's got a functional computer in their pocket. I'm surprised you get signal out in the woods. After a small moment, you let out an awkward cough. Well, seems like any hopes of wooing him went down the drain. Oh, is that what we were doing? We were trying to woo him? I thought we were trying to comfort him. You tried to think about something else that might work. Okay, so he didn't like being asked how he was. He was a little snippy. And he called us out on Googling the constellations. Maybe he's hungry. Can demons get hungry? I'm pretty sure he's hungry. You asked Bill if he would like to get some grub, or at least eat something just for the sake of the travel. Bill rolled his eyes. Oh, wow! Human food! I love food. Not. Well, that didn't work. What else? Well, our last option is just to get a move on, so why not? Seeing how no other option was useful in the slightest, you asked him that maybe it would be a better idea to get out of the woods. Yeah, seems like the only good plan your head can come up with. Come on, this way. Excuse you, Mr. Excuse you. No. You see, I'm the one that didn't get turned into a statue. I freed you. I don't deserve this snippy attitude. And soon he leads the way to somewhere. And this point, the sun had almost set completely, leaving you walking in the dark almost. Plus, gods, of course, was so incredibly thick it was hard to walk through it all. Well, hard for you anyway, not for Bill. He, on the other hand, was completely phasing through everything that touched him. Everything, of course, except for the chains binding you two. It was strange. Somehow, you two were chained together, and yet there really was no feel to it at all. Like it was some sort of hologram. As he led the way, you were so busy distracted in thought when suddenly you slipped over the edge of gravel below you, right into a not so conveniently placed hole. Bill reluctantly is pulled and falls with you. What do you mean he falls with me? He's supposed to be a demon. I was expecting demon strength here. Hey, Leica, watch out! After the initial shock of falling, the demon flusters as he tries to yank the chain up, but sadly was unsuccessful. Come on, Bill, use the noodle arm. You got this. Yeah, why won't you move? Bill, frustrated that all he could do was be pulled down by you, reluctantly was dragged down into what seemed like an endless hole. Oh God, what am I doing? There was a good minute of yelling, mostly by your part and partially by Bill's, before the initial shock passed and your throat grew sore. Guess you were going to be here for a while. You and Bill floated in the darkness, and after a good few minutes, you calmed down some. After a bit of adjusting, the fall became easier to get used to. The demon in front of you, of course, floated with ease, since he was used to floating already. What? What do you mean, what, Bill? If you had just walked like a normal person or demon and everything instead of floating, we wouldn't have fell into the hole since you was leading the way. From his expression, you could easily tell he was aggravated. Well, it worked in our favor last time we tried to comfort him, but not when we asked if he was okay in the woods. Bill blinked slowly at the question, looking at you foolishly. Yeah, perfectly dandy. I mean, we're stuck together for less than an hour, and somehow you've managed to make us fall into a hole. Excuse you. Oh, you are not putting this on me, Bill. Oh, no. You were the one floating. You were the one leading the charge. I was just following you stuck in a daydream and everything. And plus, you're a demon. Where's the demon strength? You're supposed to be able to pick a human up. Which, thanks for that, by the way. I'm so grateful. Oh, fine. If I could go back, I wouldn't shake your hand, Bill. He scoffs as you float there in silence. Well, you know something? Maybe I'm just being too hard on him and everything. Am I being too hard on him? I mean, he did just wake up in a different dimension, basically. Technically, what all had happened wasn't really your fault. That's what I'm saying. Yet you couldn't help but feel he was blaming you for everything because we're there. Guess you really should have been more careful. Eh. Before either of you could speak another word, a small light illuminated below, the small circle of white growing bigger and bigger as you fell. Within moments, you remembered that you were still falling and that there was a strong possibility that there'll probably be a cold, hard ground you'll meet at the end of it. Your instinctive reaction was to close your eyes, hold your head, and scream as you fell for the inevitable. I'm sorry for that little jump. My cat did something weird. I don't know what he was doing. Immediately, you tugged the chain until you could grab onto him. He was a demon and could probably survive the fall, but it was always better to be safe than sorry. We're using him as a fall cushion. Plus, you were pretty terrified and needed to grab onto something. I mean, hey, yeah, if I'm following this stuff, you're breaking my fall. Screams filled the dark hole as you both fell closer and closer to your doom. Let's hope either of you can survive this. Oh, God, is that it? Oh, God, that was good. I'm not gonna play and see if there's other endings. I kind of want to go ahead and just do a true playthrough. And then maybe later we'll go explore other endings. I kind of want to get the other two games and see what those are. So I'll probably upload some of those next time. We are getting close to Halloween, and that's when I kind of start rewatching Gravity Falls. I believe it was last Halloween. That's the last time I watched it. It's been a little bit. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the game. I'm sorry for my terrible reading and my terrible voice interpretation. I do a terrible Bill Cipher voice. But anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.